Yeah, so we do have a quest to make every story and every building that we tell be better than the last story, and that makes us lead the field, be more innovative, and really push the product forward. We've made a lot of learnings over the course, and we refined the product. One of the main things we do, because we could do co-spaces, which is living, working, and staying for a short period, we noticed that there's a massive difference between people that want to use an apartment for, say, 3 days and people who want to use it as a home. We initially designed that as a home because this was meant to be people's home. And then what we realized was that short-term guests value things that I would never thought they would have valued, like they would want a TV in their room, they want kettles in their room, they want you to supply blackout curtains and blinds to make their stay the best night's sleep ever. So the way we evolved the product, we said, well, we won't just give that to the short-term tenants, let's make that a requirement of all our products so we can standardize it, because standardization is really important. And the other big learning I think that we learned, which I know that we learned, was that the co-working space we initially thought would be sold to residents within the building. The uptake for that is very small. The way we make the co-working work, we make it financially a viable model by itself, is we rent it to external parties. But the great synergies we get there is that the co-working is using all the amenity spaces during the day, and the residents can use it at night. So we're not getting a crossover of residents and co-workers, we're getting a crossover saving on space. Yeah, we always thought the work would be growing bigger, and what we realized again was to make it viable, you kind of have to go big or you have to go home. So the spaces are getting bigger as we go forward, and they have to be operated fully functionally as a co-working space. The problem at the moment with all the PMSs you have, if you have live, work and stay, there's no PMS system that can actually marriage all this together in a harmonious way that makes it best in class in the market. So we have to have 2 different PMSs that we use now for live and work and 1 for stay to make that reality happen. Yeah, so sustainability was always one of our core features. We wanted to make life-changing communities that had a positive impact. And we said sustainability, wellness, well-being had to be intertwined and married together through all our buildings. And we committed to that at a very early stage. It's not easy, it is difficult, but we feel that the product actually has evolved to support it, because if carbon is the crisis of our planet, loneliness and disconnection is the crisis of our communities and society, and this actually blends really well and it resonates with people. There is data out there that says, people will pay more for sustainable products. I think 65%, Deloitte did a study where 65% of young people will pay more for sustainable products. You can make sustainable viable. We've made sustainability viable through all our products in Preuss World, which was we've designed a retrofitted 14-story tower in a cradle-to-cradle circular environment where 95% of those materials can be reused. And we've made that viable by having great partnerships, urban mining. We've really connected to our community managers who connect with the residents to make sure they use the building more sustainable, which reduces our costs and operations. So it can be a win-win. But I say you have to be innovative. It's not easy, and you really have to think outside the box how you can make this happen. We try and work with landlords and developers that really understand the importance of sustainability. I was speaking to someone yesterday from Dubai. They really did not understand the importance of sustainability. But I think the key is that, if you're talking to big institutional investors, sustainability is more important to them than ever before. You can make sustainability really viable in your product by making you more operationally efficient. And then you know that the residents, they would actually pay more for a sustainable product. So there is a business case behind making sustainable buildings. Apart from, if we don't do anything now, the future of our planet is at risk, and the next 30 years will determine that. And if we have to act, and I always say to people, let's just be authentic, even with ourselves. We try to not greenwash, we try to be authentic. If we can push the ball just slightly down the line, then we're making a better impact.